Hi everyone, welcome back to Betty and James Off the Shelves. I'm Betty.
I'm James.
And we're two librarians with a genre fiction addiction, here to talk all things books. This episode is going to be our What We Read in July episode. So how many books did you read in July?
I read five books. It was 4 novels, 1 novella.
Nice. I read 4 books, 2 graphic novels, 2 novels, and then I also read a couple of short stories.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about those as well. But did you want to start us off since you've read one more?
Because I read extra.
Yeah.
So the first book that I read for July was About a Boy by Nick Hornby. It's a coming-of-age novel, which I do enjoy, and I needed a palate cleanser from the books I read in June.
The deeply depressing existential dread.
Yeah, because if you remember what I read at the end of June, it was like A Short Stay in Hell and Coup de Grace, and I was just feeling a bit...
flat.
Yeah, a bit gross. They were very violent as well.
Okay, yeah.
And so this one, it was from the late 90s and it was made into a movie in 2002 starring Hugh Grant and Nicholas Hoult. This book is lovely. It's so stupid as well because it's kind of a comedy. It's about an autistic coded boy moving from, I believe it was Oxford to London. They don't refer to him that way because it was the 90s.
Yeah, no one was being diagnosed in the 90s in the media.
But it's like, if it was written now, that's what it would be called. And he's struggling, he's like a young teen, he's struggling to fit in at school. And then Hugh Grant's character is this like 30-something-year-old loser who his dad wrote a Christmas song that makes a lot of money every year. And so he just like doesn't need to work. And so he doesn't. So
he's a Nepo baby?
Yeah.
A Christmas Nepo baby?
He's a Christmas Nepo baby. And he just like does nothing with his life.
Okay.
He just kind of floats around and he decides that the best way to meet women is to go to a single parents event. He does not have any children.
Okay, I was going to say, does he have a child?
No, he has no children. He just pretends that he has a child.
Okay.
He's like, oh yeah, I have a baby. He's with his mum right now. And then he goes to these single parents events to try and meet women. And that's how he meets Marcus, the boy. And they form this friendship where it kind of gives Hugh Grant some purpose in life.
Yeah,
And Marcus needs someone like Hugh Grant in his life to teach him about the world.
Yeah, okay.
Even though he's like essentially a 35-year-old teenager. But
who doesn't also know much about the world. Yeah.
But it ends up working out really well and it's super sweet. Nice. I really like this book.
So it did what you needed it to do?
It did.
The palate was cleansed?
It was very cleansed. I gave it a 4.5.
Oh, nice.
Because I have read a little bit by Nick Hornby before. Particularly, I liked High Fidelity, which I think is his most famous one at this point. And
I think About a Boy is pretty famous as well.
About a Boy is pretty famous, but High Fidelity, it's been a movie before and it's also a TV show from 2020, I believe it was. And it stars Zoe Kravitz, and I think that TV show did a really good job. I think the TV show is actually better than the book.
Okay, more faithful adaptation?
It's actually not that faithful.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's better.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
And because the main character in the book is like a guy, and it's changed to Zoe Kravitz, and it's moved from London to New York.
Yeah.
And I think they did a really good job of updating it for like a more modern audience. But this book was lovely. I had a great time.
I love that. Oh, good. I'm glad it did what you needed it to do. So my first book that I read in July was Sorcery and Small Magics by Micah Doocy.
Okay.
I don't want to say that. Micah Doocy. I'm going to say Doocy.
Okay.
Which is a fantasy book. It's a MM romance book as well. Would I call it romantasy? I don't know. I feel like in my mind the romantasy genre is
its own thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this romantasy.
I think to be romantasy, it has to be like spicy.
Yeah, this one's not spicy.
Yeah, that's always what I've thought at least for romantasy.
And I think romantasy is romance forward.
Yes, and fantasy is secondary.
Yeah.
But for this one, it's probably fantasy.
No, so I would not call
has a romantic subplot.
Yes, yeah. Well, it has a romantic plot. It's very much about what I'm assuming is going to be the blossoming romance, but I would call it a fantasy book. Anyway, I digress. So, Sorcery and Small Magics. So it is about. It's set in a world where, in order to be able to do magic, you need 2 people: one person to write the spell and another person to cast the spell.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So these two characters are at school together and they get paired together for a class. They don't like each other. They have it's not enemies to lovers. That's not what we're talking, but it's like
almost
dislike.
Rivals to lovers?
Right, rivals to lovers. Yeah. Not even rivals, really.
Just kind of don't like this person to lovers.
Yeah. They just kind of don't like each other. And so one of them accidentally gets some of his spells mixed up. The guy who's writing gets some of another person's spells mixed up with his spells, and during the class, the caster accidentally casts a spell that that binds the two of them together in like it's a control spell.
Right.
So the caster can just say, sit down, and the other person has to sit down. They don't feel like they're being forced to do it. The emotion that comes over them is like, oh, I really want to sit down.
Okay, it's the less horrifying.
Yes, but all of that agency is taken away from them.
The agency is still taken away, but it's less weird than if you were being forced to do something that you actively don't
want. Yeah, exactly. So they very quickly realize that this is a control spell and that the caster has basically complete control over the scrivener, who is the writer.
Okay.
And they don't really like each other very much, but they go on a quest to try and find out how to remove the spell.
Okay.
And they're traveling through the countryside.
It's the two of them. It's nice out.
The sun is shining. But no, So they go on a quest to try and figure out how to remove this spell from them, but the person who has the spell cast on them is very quickly realizes that the spell is getting stronger and stronger.
Oh, okay.
And is also making it like physically difficult for him to be at a physical distance from the other person. It's a mix of like a control spell, a love spell, like all of this stuff is like all wrapped up in it. Yeah. They think it's a control spell, and then I think they realize that it's a love spell.
Okay. Yeah.
So they go on this journey and they try and figure out how to take the spell off.
Okay.
And wish I could say that I knew how it ended. But I turned to the final page and I was like, ooh, we're going to get to the end of the romance, end of the book. All of this stuff has been resolved. Wrong. Did not realize this is the first book in a trilogy.
Okay.
My own full fault for not looking at the story graph listing when I added it to my reading pile. Yeah. But it is not a standalone. And when I turned that page and the book finished, the devastation that I felt was like nothing I had ever felt before.
Are the next books?
No. The next books are not out, James, because I immediately came and was like looking it up to be like, I need to get this ASAP.
Yeah.
No second book, no third book, no release date for the second book.
Oh, no release date for the second book.
I'm like hanging out a window being like, please, I need it. I actually put up an Instagram story being like, please, like tagged the author. It was cringe, okay?
Okay.
But I was in a state. I actually
needed it.
I needed it. It was a physical, like...
If there's no release date, that's like 2 years at least.
Don't tell me that, James. Do not tell me that. It's...
Like... Publishing's a slow industry.
No, it's not. It's coming out tomorrow, and they're sending me a copy.
Yeah, you're getting an advance copy straight to you.
Yeah. So look, I gave this book 5 stars, but yes, when I turned the page and realized that it ended, I actually went like out loud in my own house. So yes, I was devastated.
That's awesome.
And so 5 stars. I really loved the relationship between the two characters. I loved the way that it developed. I loved the way that it then becomes a conversation of like, what's the spell and what's me?
What's the spell and what's us?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no romantic resolution yet. And it really hurt me.
That's just like real life. Sorry.
No, I don't want real life in my fantasy romance books.
Yeah, it's like that's not the point of this.
No. So yes, highly recommend. Very, very well written. Very fun concept. It's a very fan fiction-y concept. This love spell thing.
It is very much so.
Not that I.
Yeah. Have you read much fantasy?
No.
I mean, fanfic in your life? Okay.
I don't.
Because I actually haven't.
Yeah, neither.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely also not. So I don't even know why I said that. Anyway.
Yeah. Is this the kind of thing where will you read the second book as soon as it comes out, or will you wait for the third?
Oh no, I'm reading the second book as soon as it comes out, like 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I can't wait.
Would you reread the first book before you read?
I always reread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
If a new series is if a new book in a series is coming out and it's been more than like 6 months since I've read the first book,
you'll reread.
We're going back.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going back in.
Cool.
Big time.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So yeah, in
2030.
2 months? No, James, it's coming out soon. I have to believe.
If there's no release, that's rough.
Anyway, so yes, 5 stars. Really loved it. Had a really good
Does
time.
the author have like a blog or anything?
She has a website.
Does it have news?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. There might be books in between.
No, I need it. I need it so bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that was my book.
Well, Betty can yearn for like another 5 years.
Yeah, and I'm a gold star yearner, so I can carry the torch, that's for sure.
Okay, good.
What was your next book?
Next book I read was The Moon is Down by John Steinbeck. So you would know him from Grapes of Wrath, Of Mice and Men, East of Eden, books like that. He's more of a Dust Bowl writer.
Okay.
Like an American Depression era
Is that when
writer.
he was writing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He was contemporary in the like 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So this book is a propaganda novel. It was written in 1942, and it's about it's intended to fuel resistance in occupied Europe during the Second World War. So he wrote that explicitly as a propaganda. It's technically a novella. It's like 200 pages.
Okay.
But he wrote it intentionally for that. Because I read that he was concerned that Nazi propaganda was too good.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, I need to start thinking of ways that I can, like as an author, a very famous author, I want to see what I can do on my end. This book was written before the US actually joined the war.
Okay.
So it came out in 1942, but it was written before Pearl Harbor.
Was it like we should join the war? Or?
It was, I think it's more about if you're in occupied Europe, don't lose hope.
Okay. Yeah.
And like resistance is still a good thing to do.
Okay, yeah.
It's about, he never calls them the Germans, but they're very obviously German. And he never names the country, but it's set in Northern Europe. It's, I believe, meant to be Sweden.
Okay.
And it's about a small German force occupying a Swedish coal mining town. And it follows both the occupants and the invaders. And it talks about what it's like to live underneath a fascist regime and to also be the ones having to instill the fascist regime. And it's like bad for everyone. Which
fascism is, so yeah.
And you really get some very good psychological paranoia. Like you can really see how living under this regime is grating on everyone, particularly the Germans. Like, because a lot of the perspective is from the German officers. I thought that this was a very compelling read. I gave it 4 out of 5. Yeah.
Can you see? Because obviously the politics of today, like, can you see echoes of the sort of stuff that he's talking about happening in contemporary culture as well? Or is it?
Less so, because it's very much about occupation.
Okay, yeah.
So you could make links, but it is very much more like when you've come in and explicitly taken over a space. So, yeah.
Okay, nice. So 4 out of 5?
4 out of 5. I thought it was very good.
Have you read, like,
I've read Of Mice and Men and Grapes of Wrath. I keep meaning to read East of Eden because apparently it's excellent, but I haven't got to it yet. But I will at some point soon.
Nice.
All right, so what was your next one?
So my next one was 2 graphic novels in a series, and throwback to me talking about how when a second book comes out, I will read the first book again.
Yeah.
So I read Beetle and the Hollow Bones by Eliza Lane, which is the first book in the Beetle books, which is a middle grade graphic novel series that I just adore. I absolutely love it. So Beetle and the Hollow Bones is a story about a girl named Beetle. She's like 12 years old. She's a goblin.
Sure.
Yeah, she's a goblin. A goblin named Beetle.
Girl, sure.
She's so cute. Oh my God, I love her. Beetle is 12 and she lives in a town. It's like a contemporary, like, normal town.
Like a modern day?
Like a modern day non-fantasy town.
Oh, okay.
Like
Except
there's a
she's a
mall,
goblin.
except she's a goblin and everyone else is also like magical creatures. So it's like...
Magical creatures, if they were in like, what is it, small town US?
Yeah, it's like, it's like an urban fantasy, but
that's
like,
sweet.
it's really, really cute.
Yeah, nice.
Super cute illustrations as well. So it's about Beetle, whose best friend is a ghost who she calls Blob Ghost, who lives in the mall.
And is a blob.
She calls her BG. She calls them BG, sorry.
Yeah.
So BG lives in the mall and they have just found out that this family called the Hollowbones, Marla Hollowbone, is coming in and is going to like tear down the mall.
Oh.
And
Blob Ghost lives there.
But Blob Ghost lives there and they also find out that Blob Ghost is actually like linked to the mall. So they can't go beyond the bounds of like the mall parking lot. They're like linked to the mall and stuck there.
Yeah, that's where they are.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
And so it's about them trying to figure out how to get Blob Ghost away from the mall or to like stop the what's it called? Demolition of the mall. Also, Marla Hollowbone has a niece named Cat Hollowbone who is a cat skeleton. She's like a necromancer. And she is also 12 and she and Beetle...
like a on four legs cat?
No, she like stands like a human girl, but she has like a cat skull is her like head. Okay. And she has a tail. Like she's like if a cat was bipedal.
Right, or like a tabaxi or something.
Yeah, like a tabaxi.
From D&D.
Yeah, yes.
Because
if the tabaxi was all skeleton.
Yeah, if the tabaxi was dead.
Yeah, if the tabaxi was dead and had no... and a child. And had no skin or flesh. Okay. So there's Cat.
I'm with you.
Yes. So Cat and Beetle have been friends before.
Yeah.
And then Cat moved away to go to this like fancy schmancy magic school.
Okay.
And now she's back because she's apprenticed to her aunt. And so she's like mixed up in all of the like the destruction of the mall and but then so she and Beetle reconnect. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh. It's a queer book. It won the like Stonewall Prize.
Okay. Yeah.
Very explicit that Beetle and Cat are like they have crushes on each other. It's so cute. And then, so that's the first book. So the first book covers that part of the story, which I gave 5 stars. I love Beetle. Love Beetle and the Hollowbones. Yeah. And then the second book in the series is Beetle and the Chimera Carnival.
Okay.
Which Carnival.
Okay, cool.
It's Beetle and the Chimera Carnival.
That's what I thought.
No, Carnival. The Chimera Carnival, which follows exactly the same characters. BG now goes by the name Penny. Okay. And the three of them, Cat, Penny, and Beetle, are like running around their town doing all sorts. There's this carnival that happens once a year where all of the like great dragons of the world land in their town. And it's a great time of like celebration, and the magic in the town is like really heightened at this time because dragons are so magical. So throughout this book, Beetle is also going through her own like transformation because goblins have transformation magic, and Beetle is, as a like 12, nearly 13-year-old, you know where we're going with this, where it's representing some other stuff. But Beetle is going through this transformation where she realizes that she has this transformation magic, and it's coming out in a way that she is really uncertain about and really unsure about, and she doesn't like it. So she's also grappling with that, but that transformation magic is at its like most potent when all of the dragons are landing in the town. She's grappling with that, and then also someone is kidnapping the dragons. And like,
are they big dragons?
Yeah, there's like little ones that walk around. And then there's like big ones that are like big, ancient, really old ones that are like flying around. But someone's kidnapping them.
Interesting.
So that's the mystery that they're trying to solve.
They're trying to deal with that. So I gave Beetle and the Chimera Carnival also 5 stars. But I do want to just like preface this by saying it is a middle grade graphic novel book. And middle grade is?
8 to 12.
So middle grade is the one before YA.
So it is at the upper...
I haven't heard of that before.
At the upper end of the middle grade collection because she is 12. So I would say it's probably a good like transition
kind
novel.
Of in between middle grade and YA?
In between middle grade and YA, but myself as an adult reader still gave it 5 stars, but I don't want people to go into it being like it's going to be...
You have to be aware of what the target audience is and what the level of the themes are going to be.
Exactly. But I actually think that it has really rich themes and it explores them in such a genuine and caring way, but it also does it like very explicitly. Like Beetle explicitly talks about the fact that she's a lesbian. And they also, talk about some other stuff that kids of that age might be going through in a way that's like, it's in a fantasy book, but would probably be really helpful for young people to be reading.
And you can definitely get a lot of really good stuff out of middle grade fiction.
Absolutely.
And I was just thinking like the TV show Avatar, that would be considered upper level middle grade. And that's like, that show is amazing. And that show is amazing for adults. So it's that kind of thing where you just have to think of it from that perspective.
So don't go into it thinking that it's going to be like quite as complex as an adult novel, but I love it so much. I love it so much that when I left the first library job that I had where I was working with James, my friend Ruby, who also worked there, created for me, this is my goodbye card.
That's so sweet.
They remade the cover of Beetle and the Hollow Bones and wrote Betty and the Hollow Library. So like that is how much I love this book.
And it's known that you love it.
It's known that I love this book. I love it so, so much. So Beetle and the Hollow Bones and Beetle and the Chimera Carnival by Eliza Lane. Both 5 stars, middle grade graphic novels, a real romp and beautiful, beautiful illustrations.
Good. Great. Okay, so the next book I read was Audition by Ryu Murakami, distinct from Haruki Murakami.
Okay.
He's more of a Japanese thriller writer. They were contemporaries of each other. They're both still alive. Haruki still writes, Ryu doesn't really anymore. He's effectively retired. I'm going to review this book with spoilers because just off the bat, I didn't think it was very good.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily recommend it, but if you don't want spoilers, skip ahead.
Skip 5 minutes or whatever.
A few minutes, but I am going to review this with some spoilers. It's a psychological thriller from the late 90s, and it's about a widower. He has like a almost 20-year-old, like an 18 or 19-year-old son. So he's like almost 50. He's a widower. He decides that he wants to find a new wife, and the way him and his friend decide to go about this is they set up what is effectively a fake movie, and they get 20-something-year-old women to audition for it. And he's going to choose his wife from that. Yeah, it's gross.
Okay.
Ryu Murakami is very critical of Japanese culture.
Okay.
So that this is very part and parcel with the kinds of things he explores. The only thing is, this is a psychological thriller. I don't think this book landed because from the start, explicitly, it's very obvious that whoever he chooses to be his new wife is going to be psychologically unstable somehow.
Okay.
Pretty much like a murderer.
So he's not the murderer?
No, he is not the murderer. She is.
Oh, okay. That's not where I thought it was going to go.
But like the cover has a picture of her like holding a syringe full of stuff.
Oh, so you
like you know it's her.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's always where it's going the whole time. So you have this thing where it's not violent throughout. It's just like a tiny bit creepy, and it's a tiny bit creepy throughout the whole book. And then at the end, it just becomes extremely violent.
Oh, okay.
But there's no, like, it does not escalate well for me.
It's like...
Yes.
Okay.
Because you know it's coming the whole time, because that's obviously what the book is about. But it doesn't happen. And he's just kind of like yearning for this 20-something-year-old the whole time that he likes, and it's not really clear why he likes her. There's just something about her that he's interested in.
Taylor's old as time.
And... he's done a similar kind of thing before. He wrote a novel called In the Miso Soup, which is about a Japanese, like a sex tour guide for international travelers coming to Japan, where he is giving these tours to an American psychopath. But that one is escalating.
As in to find like sex workers? Or?
Yes, but like they're looking for sex tourism.
Okay.
But it turns out the guy's a psychopath.
Right.
And it has been murdering people. But you know that kind of from the start as well. And like murders are happening throughout that book. That one, the tension is rising.
Okay.
This one, the tension is not rising.
Right.
You were just kind of like waiting for it to happen, and then extreme violence, and then the book ends.
So there's the payoff doesn't feel...
No.
Yeah, okay.
No. So I didn't actually think this book was very good. I gave it a 2.
Ooh. Okay.
I was interested in it because I liked In the Miso Soup, and I thought that was written well, and that did the rising tension where you know that it's coming, and you keep seeing how it's coming, but it just like kind of escalates over time.
Okay.
This one does not do it well. So
Okay.
this is a miss
that's
for
a
me,
shame.
unfortunately. And that's why I was spoiling it, because I'm like, there's no way you can talk about what's wrong with this book without being like...
spoiling it.
It's flat, and then there's a lot of violence, and then it ends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Yeah. What was your next one?
Okay, so my next one, I was obviously on a grind from the Sorcery and Small Magic, so I wanted another very similar romance.
You were looking for something to fill the hole of what the second book should have been.
I was like, I was left on a ledge looking out over a vast, dusty, like, what? Yeah, so I needed something else.
Yeah.
So I read A Strange and Stubborn Endurance by Foz Meadows, which is a book about 2 men. Again, one of whom lives in a society that's like very repressed. You have to be heterosexual. It's a fantasy book, by the way. So have to be like heterosexual and cis. They don't use those words, but and then he gets betrothed to somebody from a different country.
Yeah,
and he thinks he's going there to marry the daughter. But there's a trigger warning for this book because there is like an on-page sexual assault that happens, which sort of then triggers the events of the book. So if you don't want to read anything like that, I would stay away from this book, but it does explore how the character deals with that, and it is sort of a catalyst for what happens in the novel. So he's betrothed to the daughter, but then he gets found... What the people who find him think is happening is he gets found basically in a compromising sexual position with another man. They think it's consensual. It's not consensual. But the result of that is the same regardless. So, but then the people who have come to collect him to take him to his new betrothed are like, well, you don't have to marry a woman if this is like what you like. You can marry the son instead. So he's going from like a very repressed society to a very like...
That's not where I thought that was going.
No, it goes to a very like open society. So they're like, yeah, that's fine. You can just marry the son instead.
Yeah, then our family is still joined.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, so yeah, he travels there, and previously these 2 countries had been sort of at war. That's not explored in a huge amount of detail. It's more about the relationship between these 2 people like blossoming. And yeah, they go through with the marriage, and it's just, about the 2 of them getting to know each other, but also it's overshadowed by the fact that all of these murders keep happening at the palace that they're living at, but the murders keep being done in the name of the main guy's betrothed.
Oh, okay.
So there's sort of this tension. Well, people keep trying to put this tension on the relationship between the 2.
Is that because of the war?
Yes. So the son had been involved in the war.
Right. But the betrothed was in the war.
Yes. So it's about that, and then all of these murders are happening in his name. So they're then trying to figure out, okay, who's actually behind this, because it's not me. So it's just about that, and then they're developing relationship.
Nice.
I gave this book 4 stars. And something that I found really interesting about it is that it actually doesn't happen over a long period of time. You are spending sort of every day with these characters, and you feel like they have been together for like weeks or months because of how much time and the like depth that you're going into with what they're doing together and blah, blah, blah. But actually I think by the end of the book, they've only been together for like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, that's not much.
But, it's resolved. Like, they are in love or whatever.
Okay.
But
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
when
okay.
I sat back and was like, wait, this is all happening. I had to take a step back and think, wait, how long has it actually been? But it was like not a long period of time.
Yeah, it was like way too
Too fast. It didn't feel that way when I was reading it. Like I actually had to think about how long they had been together. But yeah,
interesting.
I think that sort of coloured my
Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's a
rating.
continuity issue.
Yeah. But I do want to be very clear. It was really well written, and the depth of the character development was really awesome. Like it was amazing to read, and I felt very invested in their story. I think I just got taken out of it when I realized that it had been like a week and a half.
Yeah. I mean, that's a knock, but it still was good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
like it took longer in story. Like it took them 2 weeks to travel to the new city.
Yeah. Then
For them to then, so.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
So A Strange and Stubborn Endurance by Foz Meadows. I've just realised that it has... Ooh! There's a second book in the series.
Is it out?
Which is out.
Oh. Would you read it?
I would read it.
That's good.
And it's about the same characters again. I felt like the first one was...
A
Like I didn't
story.
even look to see if it had a second book. Like it was very self-contained. But I probably would read
good.
it because I enjoyed the character development between the two characters. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. Good.
What's your next book, James?
So I read Jade War by Fonda Lee.
Ooh, okay,
So this
yep.
is the second book in the
Please don't
Greenbone
spoil it.
saga.
I want to read it.
And so I really can't really talk about this book a whole lot
Okay.
because anything that is happening in the second book will be a spoiler for the first book.
Okay.
And the first book is excellent. And so I recommend you go read that. It is an urban fantasy set in its second world. So it's set in like an equivalent of an East Asian island nation where people have jade, like the actual stone, can give you effectively magical powers.
Nice.
And it's about these crime families kind of, well, they're crime families, but they're also like politically involved. So they're official families,
okay.
but they're
Yep.
like they are also crime families.
Yeah.
And it's about like them on this island. This book is excellent. I gave this 5 stars, but I can't talk about it anymore because anything that happens in the second one is a major spoiler for the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the first one, maybe?
Yeah, so it's about these technically 4 siblings. One is the leader of their clan, and the other, the second one, the younger brother, is like the head of the military arm of the clan. And then at the start of the book, another one is living in another country, and another one is still in school. And it's about how the 4 of them deal with being at the head of this clan when they're all quite young. And they're like the second most powerful clan on this island. And there is some tension with the other most powerful clan. So it goes from there, but it's brilliant.
How does the jade magic work?
They have to have a level of tolerance to jade. So only people of this island, like this ethnicity, actually have tolerance to jade.
So if you move to the island, you can't use it? Okay.
No one else can use it. It's kind of like, it's almost bloodliney.
Yeah.
So they wear it on their body, and the amount of jade they wear equals to the amount that they can do. But it's like they can deflect things that are coming towards them. They can be stronger, they can be faster. They can do this thing called channeling where they can affect, like when they're touching someone, they can effectively affect the life force of that person.
Okay.
And so it makes them these incredibly powerful people. But there has been a drug that's being created. This book is set in like the equivalent of the 50s, by the way. So they have like cars and motorbikes and stuff.
Okay, cool.
And radios and which is probably not what most people expect. They wear suits because they're like crime people.
Yeah. And they're always wearing suits.
Yeah. And so there's this drug that's being created that means that if you take enough of it, you would have to take it regularly, but while you're on this drug, you can wear jade even if you don't have a tolerance towards it.
Right, okay.
And so that's like kind of the central tension where they've always been this one very small island nation who can wear jade, but other countries all want it because it makes their soldiers much stronger. But they have to produce this drug called SN1.
Okay.
And there's a lot of it is about like honor and culture. Fonda Lee creates this whole culture and about like being what they call a green bone, like someone who can wear jade.
Okay.
And it's just so compelling. It feels so real in this book. So yeah.
I have read and seen a lot of people talk very highly of the Greenbone Saga. It's on my list of like, I have to read these books.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so this is the second one in the series. I thought it was just as strong as the first. So also 5 stars.
Amazing. So 5 stars for both of them so far?
5 stars for both.
And there's only one more left?
There's another one. It's out already.
Okay.
And then there's like a novella that's set beforehand. I think there's a couple short stories in the same universe.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's a 3-book trilogy.
Yeah, perfect. Great. Okay.
What was your next one?
So that was it for me for books, but I read a couple of short stories, which I will talk about. I'm not going to give them a rating because...
Short stories are weird.
Yeah, they were both really good, but I feel like, what are we doing?
I thought it had folded in.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want it to feel...
Be rustling?
Rustly.
Yeah. No, you're all good. So the first short story, I'm going to talk about them together because they are written by different authors, but they're about the same thing.
Yep.
So the first book is called The Ones Who Walk Away from Amalus, or Amalus, which is written by... Amalus, which is written by Ursula K. Le Guin.
Ooh, I love Ursula K. Le Guin.
Yeah,
she's good.
So this was written a while ago. This was written in 1973. And so it's like five pages long. It doesn't take a long time to read.
Okay.
And so the story that this short story tells is about this country called Amalus, where everybody is like blissfully happy.
Okay.
Nothing ever goes wrong. Everyone's super happy. Everyone's always fed, watered. It's sunny. They're always having festivals. It's like such a beautiful, wonderful place to live.
Yep.
Everyone has a great time. And throughout telling this story, she then starts to say, okay, well, I feel like you don't believe me about how happy these people are because I'm just giving you all of the happy stuff. Let me tell you about why everyone is so happy. And it's revealed that the only reason that the people in this city are so happy and have like no worries at all is because they have a child that is like locked away in a dark room who is just sort of made to suffer endlessly, and their suffering is the reason that nothing ever goes wrong. So
interesting.
Yes. So
I wonder if that's a critique on society.
Absolutely. I wonder. Yeah, absolutely it is. And so yes, the reason that everyone can be so blissfully happy is because this child is living in like eternal suffering, tucked away in a dark room, covered in sores, malnourished, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And so that is the only person in the entire city, country that ever has to suffer. And everyone else's happiness is like a reward for the fact that this is happening.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so the ones who walk away from Amalus, which is what the story is called, are the ones who find out about this and who decide that they don't like it. They don't like it. They can't like reconcile that. And so they walk away from the happiness.
So
they leave.
Yeah.
And so if, for example, this child was not to be in the hole, we would have like natural disasters, famine, blah, 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 like a normal society.
Yeah.
But it's just because of this child. Everyone gets to be blissfully happy because of the suffering. So that's the first book, the first short story, sorry.
Yeah.
The second short story is written much more recently. It was written in, I think, 2024 by Isabel J. Kim, and it is called Why Don't We Just Kill the Kid in the Mayless Hole? And so it is like in conversation with Ursula K. Le Guin.
Very linked.
Yes, it's like a continuation, another exploration of Amalus.
Yeah.
And this story talks about basically a bunch of vigilantes who break the kid out from the Amalus Hole and murder them.
Okay.
Immediately once the child is murdered, there's like a tsunami or a cyclone or something. Famine starts to happen. People don't want to come and visit Omelas anymore because it's like not as blissful anymore. And so what do? They put another kid in the hole and everything goes back to normal. So it's not the mechanics of how the child is linked, like the suffering of the child. It's not the point. It's not the point.
Okay.
And so this story goes more into an exploration of how other countries respond to finding out about the kid. The load-bearing suffering child is what Isabel Kim describes the child as, load-bearing suffering child. So they find out about the load-bearing suffering child, because people keep breaking the kid out and then killing them. And this one is set in, obviously it's written...
interesting that you can't just break the kid out and set him free.
Well, I think it's... Yeah.
Anyway, that's just how it is.
But it becomes... It's... because this is set in 2024... She's decided to put things like social media and broadcasting and things into it where that was not a part of it in the 1970s story. So this one, they're like live streaming the killing of the kid in the Omelas hole. And so people from other countries are seeing what is happening and realizing that the reason that everyone wants to vacation in Omelas is because of this load-bearing suffering child that is sacrificing themselves for the happiness and joy of everybody who goes to Omelas. Just such an interesting exploration of society and what people are willing to be okay with in for their own happiness. Because obviously people in other countries, they don't have this load-bearing suffering child, but the society as a whole still functions. But they, sometimes they have to deal with natural disasters. Sometimes the electricity goes out. But, no one person is carrying the weight of that.
Of the whole society.
But in Omelas, that is the case. It just, was such an interesting story. And you also go, the first, Ursula K. Le Guin's was a very broad overview of Omelas as a whole. This one, we sort of go more into the specific people. So the people that are breaking the load-bearing suffering child out, the load-bearing suffering child themselves. Who obviously keeps getting replaced every time that they kill them. And then also the people who are the rich people in the town who realize that they actually don't know where they're getting the children from.
I assumed it was going to be like a Shirley Jackson, The Lottery kind of situation.
No, there's they realize that they have no idea where they're sourcing these children from. And they also, obviously, because they're going through them so quickly, whereas, usually it would last a couple of years before you'd have to replace a child. So it's becoming more and more fraught of okay, where are we going to keep getting these kids from? Well, I don't want to give my kid to be the load-bearing suffering child. But, the expectation that somebody else somewhere is giving up their child for this. So,
they don't know where from.
They don't know where from. They don't know where from. Two incredible stories. Such, I don't know, just really incredible social commentary. And I think they speak to each other so well. They were obviously written, 50 years apart, but it's still so current.
Interesting. They sound like they're doing exactly what a good short story does.
So would highly recommend all of these sorts of you can access short stories fantasy sci-fi short stories online. Often there's just a link somewhere. A lot of the sci-fi fantasy magazines like Clark's World or Locus or whatever, they're publishing these monthly, so you can often get access to them. So highly recommend those two.
There you go.
What's your last book?
So the last book I read was June Messiah by Frank Herbert. So I have read the first one. Have you read the first one? Okay. I've been thinking about this a lot. There is no way to discuss the first book without some the second book without some spoilers of the first. Okay. And so the movies are out. They're pretty faithful. They're not super faithful. But the books are old.
I often have to tell myself, I'm if I get spoiled for a book that's been out for 40 years, that's
I think
on
it's older than that as well. I think it might be 60. But so I'm gonna mild spoilers for the first one. This is such an interesting book because this is a relatively short novel. The first June is super long. It's almost 900 pages long.
Jesus.
And this one is I want to say 300.
Oh, okay.
It's like 200 or 300. This very much finishes Paul's story.
Paul.
Yeah, his name is Paul. But I'm always a bit jarred by the fact that the main character of Dune is named Paul.
Yeah.
It's Paul Atreides, but everyone else has like fantasy names. Not everyone, but like a lot of like Gurney and Chani and Stilgar.
Yeah.
Like they're all
And then
not
there's Paul.
real names. It's Paul. Yeah. He's a guy named Paul.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it finishes his story. The first one is about how he rises to power on this planet and becomes a religious figure.
Okay.
He has now released the power of his, it's called like a universe-wide jihad. It's killed like 60 billion people.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. Because he has become both a real like emperor and a religious leader for the Fremen, the people who live on Arrakis, which is the planet of Dune. So he's released that jihad, and this really...
Is he posited as like a bad guy?
Yeah, he kind of is.
Okay.
He's kind of a bad guy.
Okay.
He is a protagonist.
Okay.
He's not... I don't even think he's not really a good guy in the first one, and he is very explicitly like... He is responsible for the death of like billions of people in the second one. And you see how he struggles to be the leader of this like unwieldy, both religious and like governmental body.
Yeah.
And because like when I first read Dune, it does feel kind of unfinished. Like it ends with him assuming the throne. And the other thing with Paul is he can explicitly see the future.
Okay.
Like Paul can just see the future. That's just a power he has. Other people have that power too, but like, yeah, he has the power of prophecy. He knows it's coming. He knows that the galaxy universe, known universe destroying jihad is coming the whole time. It's like stars bathed in blood.
And he knows he's
the whole
responsible?
time. He knows that if he continues to be himself, it will happen.
Okay.
And he's like 15 at the start of the first one. He's an adult now, but yeah, he knows it's coming. And so this very much feels like the falling action of Dune. So Dune kind of ends in this climax where he assumes the throne. And then this is what happens directly after like in the years after he assumes the throne. If you liked Dune, you should definitely read Dune Messiah because this is one story. I don't think that Dune is finished without it, and it kind of makes sense that with the movie, they're calling it Dune Part 3.
Okay.
Because Dune Part 1 and 2 was one book, but then Dune Part 3 is the second book.
Okay.
And so, yeah, he's thinking about like his heir, like his possible heir, and like the universe he's created, and he's sort of just watching everything fall apart, both in person and into the future.
Okay.
Because he can see the future. It has a really slow creeping dread throughout because of that, because he knows it's coming. And it's got this really strong, like, I want to say juxtaposition between Paul the man and Paul the religious figure. There's not much action in this book. This is mostly political, because I find the most interesting part of Dune is the world that Frank Herbert created. It is just so deep and so rich. It's very much like the political side, this book. I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah. If you read Dune, you kind of have to read Dune Messiah, in my opinion. So yeah.
Are there other books in the Dune series?
Heaps.
Are you going to read the
Probably
others?
not.
Okay.
From what I've heard, they're not very good.
Okay.
And this is kind of a very good ending to the story. Because the other ones, from what I understand, are not about him.
Okay.
And like his family and the people. And some of them are written by his son and someone else.
Okay.
Like, I can't even remember his name, but Frank Herbert's son and some other people. So there's just so much going on here.
Yeah, okay.
Like there's races that are, like there are groups that are trying to genetically engineer the perfect person over, hundreds of generations. And like there's just so much going on here. It's so deep and rich. I struggle with the first Dune as well, a little bit, where I'm like, sometimes the story is a bit secondary to everything else that's happening.
Okay.
But I also would give that a 4.
Okay.
So, yeah. I would say read it if you've read the first one.
It's such a...
It's a
basis of the
It's a
foundational text.
piece.
Yeah,
and sometimes reading a foundational text is like driving a Model T Ford, where it's like
that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm gay.
the first ever car.
Okay.
Like the first ever factory produced car.
Okay.
Doesn't make sense to me. I'm gay.
Well,
it's
coming to my house talking about cars.
It's like the very first ever factory produced car. Where you're like, this is amazing. I would not drive it now.
Yeah,
like the car I drive now is better.
Okay.
So
yeah.
sometimes it's like that. I don't quite think Dune is that.
But then also the cars that we have today would not exist without them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think Dune is quite like that. I think Dune is good in its own right.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Yeah, you should read it.
Cool.
If you want to spend more than 1,000 pages with these people.
Yeah, damn. With Paul.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's also, from what I understand, a direct descendant of Agamemnon.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Okay.
I can't even wrap my head around how much is in this book.
Yeah.
But Agamemnon, for if you've seen the Odyssey, the guy with the giant helmet.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm pretty sure Paul's family are direct descendants of that, or like his father's side.
Good for him.
Descendants. Yeah.
Nice.
So they were all the books I read.
Amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like you had such a breadth of experience.
I had a weird month. Like a lot of different stuff was going on there.
And I was just playing around in different sandboxes like la la la.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good though.
That's good. Okay, so that is everything that we read for the month of July. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have also read those books, let us know if you agree, disagree with our ratings. Let us know what you read in July.
If you liked Audition, I want to know why.
Yeah. Come on, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
That one should have been a short story.
It probably would have been a good short story or a novella or something.
Yeah, it was too long. Anyway.
Okay. But yeah, thank you so much for watching or listening. You can find us on YouTube and every podcast platform, so you can either watch us or listen to us. We're also on Instagram and TikTok. Betty and James off the shelves on all platforms.
We will be putting more content up on there soon as well.
Yes, we've got some plans for some
short form content.
Yeah, short form content where we're recommending some books that don't necessarily make it into our long form videos or episodes. So keep an eye out. But thank you so much for hanging out with us this episode, and we will see you at the next one. Bye.